Let's run through how to find a train journey for the London Underground. And for our example, we're going to say that the customer has requested train journeys from Bayswater to Sloane Square. And we'll assume that we've received this text and we have no idea where those stations are. So to find out where we should be searching, we'll visit the UK and Ireland train station list and Journey Planner Finder at the Google Doc that you can see now. And when we're here, to discover which train station website we should be searching at, highlight column C and perform a Ctrl and F search for the train station. So our first one is Bayswater. And there we are, it's appeared here. And we can see in the corresponding column that it's on the London Underground, so we should search at tfl.gov.uk. That may be enough just on its own, but to double check, we'll do a search for Sloane Square as well. And here that is. It's also on the London Underground, so we should search at tfl.gov.uk. And we'll go there now. And here we are at tfl.gov.uk, the Transport for London's website. And the first thing you need to do when you visit is to enter your journey details into the Journey Planner. So we want Bayswater to Sloane Square. And if the customer wants to travel at a particular time, you can click on the advanced options and enter these here, making sure that everything down here is unticked except tube. Incidentally, this option can be used for journeys by coach, river, tram, and rail. We'll not get into all that complicated stuff right now because most of the journeys from London customers are either bus or tube. So we'll go back and we'll assume that our customer wants to leave now. So we'll click here. And here we are on our results table. We've got a journey summary at the top from Bayswater to Sloane Square. And these are our routes. 3, 4, 5. And remember, you should include up to 3 routes where possible. So we can easily fit that in using the format and structure provided in training. So our first journey departs at 11:23 and arrives at 11:34 with a duration of 11 minutes. Our second departs at 11:33, arrives at 11:44 with a duration of 11 minutes again. And our third departs at 11:43 and arrives at 11:54 with a duration of 11 minutes again. And you'll notice these symbols next to each journey, and they denote the mode of transport and also how many stops there are. So this icon is the iconic London Underground icon, and there's only one of them next to each journey, which means the customer will only have to take one train. If there was a change of train, another icon would appear here, and if there was another change, another icon would appear here. And what you might often see, especially for weekend or late night journeys, is that this icon will have been replaced by the icon of a bus, which means that the tube journey is still functioning, but due to engineering works or some other problems, then the tube journey has been replaced by a bus service. And if the customer asks for a tube journey and it has been replaced by a bus service, it might be a good idea to include this detail in your text and to mention the bus stop that the customer has to leave from. And talking of details, where you might want to include the bus stop or the station name, we have to click on the View button to see a detailed breakdown. And one of the main reasons that you might need to click on the View button is if a customer asks for the route from one station to another. So instead of saying, if we take our example, Bayswater to Sloane Square, the next train times please, if they say to us, how do I get from Bayswater to Sloane Square? The easiest way to determine this is to perform a search just like we have, then click on the View button for a detailed breakdown. So we'll do that now. And in this area of the screen is a detailed breakdown of the journey. So we can see that the customer must take the Circle line towards High Street, Kensington from Bayswater Underground Station. And they come along the line down here and arrive at Sloane Square Underground Station at 11:34. Now, if there was changes for the journey on several lines, these would appear down here, often in a different colour. So the Circle line's colour is red, so that's what appears here. But as long as you follow the simple instructions noted at each point of the journey, such as this one here, and this one here, you shouldn't have any trouble at all. And there's one more thing that we want to show you about London Underground before we leave you go, and that is if the customer asks about the service on the lines. And to show you what we mean by that, we'll return to the home page. What customers in London will often ask us is how the service is on a particular tube line, or whether there are any delays, as planned engineering works will often mean that they have to change their journey plans. And for a quick glance at what the situation is like on the Underground, just have a look at the services update table on the right hand side of the TfL homepage. And we can see at the moment for every single line, from Bakerloo to Waterloo and City, there is a good service. And for a detailed look, you simply click on a line. So a customer might ask, what is the service like on the Waterloo and City line, which at the moment is good. But for a detailed breakdown, we click. And here is where the details of any delays will appear. And that's it. The end of our video tutorial for looking for London Underground train journey times.